But before starting with the different award categories, I would like to call on stage the head of the jury, Martin Kuppinger. Martin, could you explain us a little bit what are the criteria for selecting award winners?
Yes. What are the criteria? The criteria, so usually you will not find a project which never happened in any respect. So there's something which has been there before. So what do we look for? We look for unique ideas, dealing with great complexity in a very efficient way, finding new approaches to solve some of the challenges organizations are facing. So doing something different, doing something smoother, leaner, faster, better than we have seen in other projects over the time. So this is basically what we look at. And clearly it shouldn't be something which already had an award.
So it should be new, right?
Yeah. And you know, in some cases it's also quite easy. So if you look at some areas such as standards, there are not that many new standards.
Okay.
And even then, on the other hand, they are usually, we always find something which is exceptional. Okay. And so it's really, you know, finding this, what is really new, innovative, creative, and bringing things forward.
Okay, how much time did you need for actually identifying the winners once they have been proposed?
How long do we need? So we get a number of proposals. We read them, we discuss them. It takes, you know, checking back and forth. It's a process of some weeks we really go through.
Okay,
Not that we take several weeks for a single decision, but it's really a process where we have a lot of people in, check back and forth. And
so you put some brain and some time in this process, so
yes.
it's really something valuable.
Clearly, it really takes some significant part of my time.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Martin. The first category is the award for the Best Innovation New Standard and is presented by Graham Williamson. Graham, what are you working for in KuppingerCole? What topics area are you covering?
Yeah, I'm a senior analyst in the area of dynamic authorization management, now called APAM, Adaptive Policy-Based Access Management. And also, I've just completed a leadership compass on the secure information sharing space for Martin.
Okay, very good.
Thanks so much. I would just like to say that I couldn't be happier than being here tonight to make this, presentation. And I'd like to tell you why. There's 3 reasons. The first is the time that Internet of Things became real to me. My daughter had a 30th birthday, and for her birthday she got a Fitbit. Now, for the older folk in the audience, the Fitbit is a device you hang around your wrist, and it's really a fancy pedometer. It measures how many steps you take and a number of other things. But it also communicates with an app on your phone. So your phone has an API that takes that information and puts it into a usable format. And it also compares you to other people on a worldwide basis. My daughter confessed to me that she got up at 11:30 one night to jump on the trampoline in order to beat Anita in Vermont. Second thing I wanted to tell you about is a book I read last Christmas by Peter Diamandis on abundance. The actual title is Abundance, the Future is Better Than You Think. He mentions lots of things. I'm just going to talk about a couple. One is within our lifetime, folks, within our lifetime, you're going to be able to go from Hamburg to Frankfurt in a car without a driver. You might say, so what? Well, does that mean you want a BMW? Probably not. But it does mean that you need to decide what you are going to do about that. Another item he points out is, we will go to space. You're saying no, aren't you? You will go to space. It might just be on an intercontinental flight, but you will be able to look down at planet Earth. You will see the horizon. That's going to happen within our lifetime. We're also going to have medical devices. You, within your life, I would say probably within 5 years, will have a device that you can put a blood sample into, a saliva sample into. It'll probably have a blood pressure measurement, and it will give you a better diagnosis than your doctor does today. We've got to get used to these things, folks. But within 5 nanoseconds, you should break into a cold sweat, because each of these devices has an API. And if you were in Jackson Shaw's presentation yesterday, where he talked about a device that had to be recalled because the certificate that had been placed in it was only expired within 1 year. This is the sort of thing we're dealing with programmers. Fortunately, there is a company that has done the heavy lifting for us, not a company, an organization. That means that each of us, and we're responsible, folks, it's our companies that are going to make the mistakes unless we tell them about this. But fortunately, you don't have to learn about HTTP methods. You don't have to learn about signed SAML messages for APIs. You just have to rely on this organization. I am very pleased to tell you that the winner of the Best Innovation New Standard Award is the All-Seen Alliance. Do we have somebody from the All-Seen Alliance here to come and tell us about that?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Suhail. I am from VeriSign, about certificates, but tonight I speak as a representative of the All-Seen Alliance. The All-Seen Alliance is the largest collaborative project to create an open source software framework for the Internet of Everything. Our role is to enable hardware manufacturers and software developers to create interoperable products that can discover, connect, and communicate directly with products and services regardless of brand. Today, we are about 150 member companies that work together to create real code that you integrate in real products available already today in the market. And from my side, I have a strong focus on bringing security and trust in the Internet of Everything. And tomorrow we have a panel about this topic, so I invite you to join us tomorrow around this topic. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next award category is Best Innovation in E-Government, E-Citizen, and is presented by Martin Kuppinger.
Okay. So, a lot of people wrote and said over the last few years, passwords are dead, and we all know they are quite alive. And I think there are good reasons for that, because when we think about dead passwords, we also think about what would be the alternative. So imagine a country where you have some 30 million devices which could be used, of one type, which could be used as an authenticator, available. Maybe not all activated, but available. And even more of a different type, more from the healthcare area, available, where you have other types of authenticators, where you have authenticators from other countries, where some projects try to map all this EU stuff, or some projects try to map all this EU stuff. So, in fact, simply said, I think we have alternatives to passwords, but usually we have some inhibitors making things quite complex to make them usable. So, should I support that single authenticator, or should I find better ways? And I think we really need better ways to become better in authentication based on what we already have. That would be the ideal solution. If it's already there, why shouldn't we make it usable? And this is what really is this award about, a project that helps making use of what we already have to get better in authentication and at least become closer to getting rid of passwords and, in fact, coming closer to single sign-on. And for removing these inhibitors, we grant this award. And the winner in this category is the Sky Identity Project. Welcome Dr. Detlef Hühnlein, who developed something which allows you using bank cards, national ID cards, Gesundheitskarte, and all that other stuff on one end, a cloud service in the middle, and standard federation protocols on the other end to get better in authenticating without standard password. Congratulations. Okay.
Willst du was sagen? Bilder gibt's da drüben.
Yeah, thank you for this award. It's a great pleasure to be here. And I think it was about 5 years ago that the German EID card received this award in a similar setting 6 years ago. And yeah, it's the most sophisticated, the most secure solution. And in Europe, we have about 15 EID projects which have a huge, rolled out volume in Europe. But the usage is still, has a lot of room for improvement. And so about 4 years ago, we started to build the bridge between the EID cards and the cloud. And this is Skydentity, and I would like to invite you to take this bridge and secure your business processes based on trustworthy identities.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next category is the best B2B identity project and is presented by David Goodman. David, what are you standing for at KuppingerCole?
There are many ways to answer that question, Sasha, but I'll take the sensible professional one. With the background that I have, I'm specializing at the moment on directories, telco, and connected cars, big data, and whatever comes next.
Thank you very much.
So thank you. It's a real pleasure to be up here and to present this award. Over the last couple of years, the world has become increasingly aware that the world of bees is under threat. If bees are not able to talk to each other, if they're not able to identify each other under the threats of global warming and the encroachments of cities into their natural habitats, bees will not survive. They need to identify themselves. In order to do their dance, they need to know who their queen is. So it is in the business world. This conference has focused a lot on user centricity, quite rightly so. We've heard so much about UMA, And we've heard so much about putting power into the hands of the individual, privacy by design. However, businesses also need to talk to businesses, and we can't lose sight of that fact. And without businesses knowing who they're identifying who they're working with, they, just like the other bees, will not be able to survive. So, with great pleasure, I'd like to announce the winner of this year's B2B Identity Project, and it is, momentary pause for reflection, DNA Limited. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Do you want to speak?
Yeah, so actually I don't really know what to say because this was quite a surprise. But yeah, I would really like to thank you about this opportunity. And then if you want to hear more about our solution and our business, what we have gained in our business, you can come to hear me tomorrow. Was it 3:30? I don't remember what room was it. Was it number 2, maybe? So I will tell you a little bit more what we have done in DNA Finland. Thank you.
You can also thank your parents.
Okay, thank you, Mom.
Photos are going to be taken there. The next category is the award for the best approach on improving governance and mitigating risks, and is presented by Amar Singh. What are your areas of expertise you're covering at KuppingerCole?
Everyone here remembers me when I last year stood here and said open source is bad. So everyone, I think, still remembers that. I love open source. It was a presentation on trust. But with KuppingerCole, I'm an information security specialist. I offer SIEM insights. I've been asked by Martin to take all the privileged management vendors to task and to look at their leadership compass. It's just about finished.
Okay, thank you.
So, won't take too much of your time. I love this category. I don't see many successful implementations of this, governance and mitigating risk. One of the things I really like about this is the self-service. Believe it or not, despite all the technology improvements, many organizations don't really put the self-service element as the priority. And these folks, this organization, comprehensive solution, but focusing on their very large organization, they have a huge turnover, but they're focused on self-service and automated workflows. So, can I have a bit of music, right, before I tell you who it is? Dun-dun-dun-dun. Thank you. Excellent. The best approach on improving governance and mitigating risks goes to University Hospital of Nantes.
Hi, everybody. It's a bit astonished me to be here today. CHU, Nantes University Hospital, has deployed the IAM solution of Evidian. It is, according to me, the biggest deployment in France in a university hospital. Wow. And it's a very, very interesting and long project. If everybody wants to share about this project with me, I'm all yours after the meal. Thank you very much.
What's your name?
Sorry, my name is Cedric Carto.
Cedric, definitely. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Thank you. Excellent. We'll go down there. Yeah.
The next award category is for the Best Access Governance, Access Intelligence project and is presented by Matthias Reinwart. Matthias, your areas of expertise at Kuppinger?
Quite surprisingly, access governance, access management, identity management, and access intelligence. Good evening. It's my pleasure to be here. I have some notes. In 1978, the American author Philip K. Dick prepared a speech about being a sci-fi writer. You might know him as the author behind Blade Runner and Total Recall and this stuff. This title of the speech was How to Build a Universe That Doesn't Fall Apart 2 days later. And for some strange reason, this title is always somewhere in the back of my mind when it comes to large-scale, state-of-the-art IAM projects. I don't know why. We usually do not have to build a whole universe, but doing everything right for being nominated as Best Access Governance, Access Intelligence Project at EIC 2015 is a task quite close to that. Designing a modern workflow and role-based access management and access governance system means designing and implementing appropriate processes and concepts, and they have to support the actual core business with efficiency and flexibility, we all know that. And they have to comply with all necessary policies and regulatory requirements and all this kind of stuff that we all know. Especially when you are a major national and global player in the financial industry. The challenge gets even bigger when you decide to achieve even more, for example, by applying modern concepts to the approach how tasks are being divided between customer and supplier of the solution. The official jury statement says, this project is a strong example of well-thought-out architectures segregating between the business and the underlying IT environment while supporting complex governance requirements, and I couldn't put that better. And it is rolled out, and it is in production, which means, apparently, it did not fall apart 2 days later. So, let's look it up. The winner is NordLB.
Gerd Beiser from the Norddeutsche Landesbank, in short, NordLB. And thank you to KuppingerCole for this award. It's a great pleasure here to be here. And it's a great award for the last 4 or 5 years to work that we do in the NordLB. So also I want to thank my team in Hanover and also our IT provider, which do a lot of work with us in the last 5 years. So thank you very much for this award.
The next category is the category for the Best Identity and Access Management project and is presented by Dave Kearns. Dave, I don't need to introduce you, right?
Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Please go forward.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. I will keep my remarks short because I think, like many of you, I wanted to be there to see the kickoff. I'm very pleased and happy to be presenting the Best IAM Project Award for 2 reasons. One is that for 20 years now I've been involved with IAM. It's near and dear to my heart. And as identity has grown over those 20 years, I've tried to stay true to my roots. The second reason is that before I did that, I spent 20 years in the retail industry with various retailers. And their problems, again, have always been very close to me. So I'm very pleased to be presenting this for a project implemented by one of Europe's most popular retailers. While the project itself was for IAM and IAG within the company headquarters and control services, it also supports roughly 3,000 branch offices and 90,000 user accounts in them, as well as controlling the access of external suppliers, which adds another 3,000 non-employee, non-contractor users to the mix. This is a strong example of an IAM solution supporting not only the employees of the company, but also one that's ready for the extended enterprise. As such, it's a prime example of what we at KuppingerCole call the ABC, the Agile Business Connected. Now let's open the envelope and let you know that the winner for Best IAM Project is Germany's own DM Drogeriemarkt.
Hello, my name is Patrick Reich from DM Drogeriemarkt. I was only the project manager of this project, so I'm the guy who has no idea what we done, and this is the reason why Stefan is here also. So he's our technical architect of this identity solution. And I don't want to say too much details why we use this solution, but if you're interested to see something or you have questions, I'm there the whole evening, and if you want to get some details to our project, I'm here for questions. And special thanks to, of course, to the team who makes it possible that we can celebrate this success. And it was a lot of work, this identity management project, and for me it's a pleasure to see that it works really. And special thanks to Stefan.
The next category is the Best Cloud Security Award category and is presented by Mike Small. Mike, you've been working in a number of areas in the past, I know. Which areas are you working continuously on for KuppingerCole?
So what I'm working on today is the cloud and the Internet of Things.
Thank you.
That is my area of interest, and it has been for 5 years. And throughout the time that I've worked with the cloud, it has been a contentious area. It's been an area of great concern, especially to people in the IT department. The cloud is expected to provide agility, to provide cost reduction and increased flexibility. However, concerns still remain around security, and the key to a cloud deployment is in fact to ensure security. Some organizations will not consider the cloud, whatever the reason or whatever the cost or whatever the benefits. Other organizations are careful to choose specific applications for the cloud, and some actually embrace the cloud wholeheartedly and use it for everything. The organization that wins the prize tonight is one of the latter category. And what they realized was that the kind of organization they had could not survive in today's fast-changing environment with their own internal IT systems. They could not adapt or expand or be able to be flexible enough. And they needed also to connect to all of their customers through all of the different ways that customers now connect through social and mobile applications or the systems of engagement. And they also needed to provide secure access to all of these applications for their employees and to be able to evolve their products to deal with the ever-changing market. The cornerstone of security in today's world is identity management, identity and access management, used to connect all of these different categories of employees and customers and so forth. And to do this in a way which is based on standards and also to ensure that you conform with best practices. So the prize for the best cloud security project tonight goes to PostNL. Perhaps you'd like to say a few words.
Now I'm on stage, I should make use of it. Again, thank you very much for this opportunity to be here. I also have to warn you a bit, because an engineer like me, it's almost too much excitement to be here on stage. I haven't that much excitement in a year, to be honest. And when I did my talk earlier today on the project we do at PostNL, Postal Services of the Netherlands, I finalized with a takeaway that said there will be no applause at the end of the day. And actually what I mean is that if you're working in cloud and security and identity management, nobody will pass by your room at the end of the day thanking you for a nice, secure experience of single sign-on of that day. So you're pretty much alone, and for that I think this opportunity to be here and to get some applause from colleagues is also much appreciated. Thank you. It's the second applause of the day. Anyway, I want to state some words of respect. First of all, to my senior management team. Actually, I think I should say senior leadership team, that 2 years ago took a bold decision in the market of PostNL, where we see post-delivery declining, parcel increasing, but a very turbulent market, that they knew and they thought that continuous cost cutting of IT would not bring them and would not lead them into the future, and they took the decision for on the IT part to go fully cloud, 100% to the cloud. 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, that was a pretty bold statement again, and for that I respect them very much, and also they gave me the opportunity to work in that area. So again, much respect for my leadership team. They're still there and they're still leading the change, and IT is just a part of it. Secondly, I have to thank and have to pay respect to my team of engineers who work 2 years day and night, and probably will work the holidays as well coming summer, because by the end of the year we intend to decommission our data centers and have everything we have, and that's a lot with 60,000 employees, we transformed into cloud applications. And for that you need actually 100% believers in your team, engineers that believe in the goal you have to you're aiming for. And I have to tell you that we also experience non-believers. They are easy to recognize, and you don't want to have them in the team. But you also have half-believers, and the half-believers are actually useful. They point you at much pitfalls along the road, so you can go around them. But if you have too much half-believers, there are so many pitfalls that nobody is deciding or taking any decision anymore, and so your projects will stop. So absolutely, you have to have 100% believers, and respect to my team for that. And as the last thing, last but not least, I also want to pay respect to my partner, because maybe a bit strange in the world of clouds, not knowing where your applications are, not knowing who it does, going that route, it's nice to know the companies and the people behind these software as a services, that you can pass by them at the end of the road or around the corner, and that they help you along that route. And for that, I want to pay respect and thank welcome for that. That helped us implementing the identity and access management system, which is operational now for a year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very excited. Thank you.
The next award category is a special award. In the the presenter is Joni Brennan. Hello, Joni.
Hello.
You're obviously not working for KuppingerCole.
Yes.
So can you just shortly explain your role and your organization?
Yes, well, it's the special award, and I'm the special non-Kubbinger presenter tonight. I've worked for over 10 years in development of identity access management innovations and standards developments, particularly around trust and user-centric solutions.
And you're the executive director of the Kantara initiative.
The Kantara initiative, yes. So we were delighted to have this stage last year with UMA and share with so many great, innovative community members.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, as I mentioned, I was honored to be asked to deliver this award tonight. I'm the one non-analyst, and I think the reason that we had been approached to provide this award was because of our work in the space of user-centric innovations and solutions development. We believe in Kantara strongly in the user-centric approach, that users should be empowered in this new connected life and connected world that we live in. Another award in the recent EIC passed was the Privacy by Design. And we believe in the concepts around privacy by design and the ambassadors of privacy by design. The concepts that privacy should be built into systems from the beginning, that users should have a right to privacy, anonymity, to be free of surveillance and from tracking. But we also believe that privacy, when done right, from a user-centric approach, can actually transform the conversation from one of protection to that of customer engagement and business development. And in this sense, part of the challenges around privacy are, as someone had said today earlier, getting the economics right. And if we get the economics right for privacy, we enable business and we really move forward at a much faster pace and take great leaps. So this year's recognized organization takes part in the Life Management Platform, puts the user at the center of the connected world. This organization is part of a wave of user-centric access, of the user-centric access revolution. And they allow a user to control management and sharing of their resources, and to control their personal data. And they can do this through a variety of channels. This organization is part of the leading edge of implementations in this new form of privacy-aware systems that really can deliver massive benefits from the business perspective as well, without violating the privacy of the users and the demands of individuals in terms of privacy. So, without further ado, the winner is Miko.
I'm very moved, and this was quite a surprise. I'm actually in awe of the people that I've met over the last few days, because what I see is decades behind us of people that have been working away at standards and security and ways to make life secure and open and free. And at the same time, we're at this shift in society as citizens and as customers where there are these great opportunities in collaborating and sharing, if we can find this balance between us being able to come to the table as partners in the way we transact, as citizens, as customers. And I see that in the not too distant future, we'll wake up and we will browse life. We will need to be able to control our devices, our digital lives, and our identity. And I think if we can find a way to do that that is convenient and seamless and bring the work of past decades into this connected, user-centric space, then the opportunities for new models and the way of empowering the emerging generation and the connected life and the opportunities that will present are significant. But I think it starts with each of us, and I think it starts with making that easy and seamless and beautiful, and that's what Miko is about. So thank you.
The last category is also a special category. This is special award number 2 for 2015 and is presented by Horst Walter. So, glad to have you here, Horst. What are the areas of expertise you're covering within KuppingerCole?
Well, KuppingerCole might be best known as an analyst company, an analyst firm, but I'm more working on the advisory side, where business hits technology, so when it comes to processes, roles, rules, and policies. So this is my job.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm the last speaker today, but we have plenty of time. Some of you might know that, or I hope most of you will know that in some parts of this world with a less developed fixed line telecommunications infrastructure, people have to rely very much on mobile services in general, so not mobile phones alone. And sometimes they come up with amazing results. So you might know that in vast stretches of Africa, the non-existing banking system is replaced by some mobile transactions. And today, not surprisingly, we will award a project which is similar and comes up with some astonishing results as well. So let me open this magic red envelope. And the winner is Dialog Axiata and Sri Lanka Telecom Mobitel for the project Mobile Connect. I think it's excusable that none of these two providers made this way to Munich this night, but we have the well-known Prabhat Sirivandana with us, whom you know already. And he, in fact, is from WSO2, who was the implementer of this project. And well, this project involves these two telecommunication providers plus 3 service providers, and it provides a seamless single sign-on user experience while ensuring at the same time a banking-grade security, which is great. And you don't have to remember any passwords. It's a single-click environment, and it even supports multi-factor authentication. But what is most surprising is that the full launch was December last year, if I recall it right. And from that time until now, in a breakneck speed, the adoption rate surged, and now we have about 14 million subscribers. And taking this into relation of 14 million subscribers, and setting this in relation to the whole population of 21 million people. So this is this is about 2/3 of the population, which in this 4 months took advantage of these services. And sometimes I have the impression that those companies that had a disadvantage, or those countries which had a disadvantage at first, may in the area of mobile services finally overtake us here in the developed world. So, may I ask 2 short questions to you? As most projects have their ups and downs, what were your major obstacles to overcome, and what are the achievements you are most proud of?
Yeah, so first of all, it's my pleasure to be here and accept this award on behalf of Dialog GSMA and Sri Lanka Telecom Mobitel. So yeah, when we met GSMA guys, Dialog GSMA guys in July last year, so they had a requirement to build a secure login system for mobile authentication that would let end users access their applications in a single click. And also, they wanted to expand this solution to multiple operators. Dialog is the largest mobile operator in Sri Lanka, which has more than 1 million subscribers. So once again, so Sri Lanka having like 20 million plus population, and the population won't have like one-to-one mapping between subscribers. Like one person could have more than 1 subscriptions. So it was the perfect timing to meet those guys, because we just released IdentServe 5.0, which had like almost all the features they required, but there are some missing stuff too. And we implemented the GSMA OP Connect profile for OpenID Connect, and also USSD Authenticator. So once those implementations were completed, we deployed it against all the subscribers of Dialog. Once that is done, the second largest mobile operator in Sri Lanka is Sri Lanka Telecom Mobitel. Then we deployed the solution over those subscribers too. So as you mentioned, yes, so we right now have only like few service providers. And as we go on, we hope to onboard more and more service providers. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this was the award ceremony 2015. Thank you very much for attending. 2 informations I would like to give to you for tonight. First, Ping Identity is sponsoring the award reception just outside of the doors, so pick a drink. And second information, the soccer game is going to be displayed in the exposition area starting at 20:45. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening, and see you tomorrow morning at 8:30.